This day 870 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you'd like to sponsor or come share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please call me directly. It'd be very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Siman Kuf Samach Beis, Sif Chav to Chav Zayin. We are obviously still talking about the tinus which you accept by yourself, and we'll talk about the Ramah, and talk about the effectiveness of a tinus which will not make out by yourself. The Ramah left out this idea of you're allowed to eat. If we're Megabal-Tinus, the Mashmit, there are those who ask, I can eat, even you're Megabal-Tinus, you're still Megabal after nightfall. But having nether, it's a nether. It's the Megabal question in the back. But the answer, Tinus, that's a Tinus is different than a nether. So you search behind the Ramban arrive at Ayin Sham. Yes, there's a nether not to eat and a tinus, two different things. Das Ram ain't okay. Does all the way, and we spent time discussing this the other day. It says, if he said Das Ram Bade also legal. We're going around, we certainly can't eat, but they're nedro, because the nether. Actually, a tinus ain't oil, it's not considered to be a fast. That's what the guy Shas says. If you sat, so to speak, fasting, in other words, not eating, what's the story? That's what you're allowed to eat. Which, it sounds that way. Means to say, maybe the Evid, even though you weren't Macau properly, it's still tinus. But okay, it's not. It's like a bellows full of wind. Well, my meaning, the eating at tinus, they will spell name. In terms of tinus, can't have them. It also doesn't count for tinus, which is obligated to pay back. To pay. The Ramah, they not want to write explicitly that you can't eat, because according to most opinions, you can't eat. So, should be also because of the nether, but that's a nether. If we did not clarify the matter at all, just left it. Brackets in the same Gavranka becomes a Simon Tufkup Sam Gimel, Kosh near Lachmir, right? So the Machrim, the Rambam, that it's nether, you can't eat, or it's not telling you, it's not going by most of the poskim. I don't see because I'm the Schreiber, we wrote, he has to fast, it's a nether's a nether. Meal Adina Mishnah wrote, says no smoke a roll. Poskim doesn't want to say that, no, since we're Makabal Yom, but that's about Chaloi Shem Nether. Because you tried to Makabal Tinus. And those haste Nishkin Tinus. Because it wasn't Makabal Yom. So what's most supposed to eat on that day, because it wasn't Makabal Tinus properly, or just because he has the permission to do so for Duke. Mishnah writes, if he started to fast this day, even though he wasn't Makabal properly, he has to be fulfill his nether, that which is Makabal now, even though it's after the time when which is appropriate, even though we're not Makabal, people young. We grow right this way in the Ramah. Yeah, Ephraim sure like it are dubious about this, because he thinks he's being yoitz his nether of the tinus, which he already took a nether, so the Kabbalah was betos, so he should be able to eat that day. A very complicated concept, all this. Chavav, Okas Rabbi Ramah, the me issue in some city mispal and you do say anything. And HaShulchan says, the Ramah says, this is appropriate for a Tainis Yachid. Chuyama, Tainis Chum mispal and Lenu, and according to everybody, to say Tainis Chum and Lenu, Ava Pi Shelo, Hikabula me, but it's well. He made accept from yesterday. I can't show him. Nay, Tainis Chum Baradai Kenu. Tainis Chum says, yeah, that's the way it is. The cave and Shachachamim, Amoshi Sana, since we're going to say after fast, we don't need his Kabbalah. But the times of individual, Yesh Machlekes on Mordechai, Shevena was El Shon Shom. It's Machlekes when you're near it, Luri, the Shmal and Reese is Damran, Lo Garmi Times Chalom. So what's the Times Chalom? even though it's not Taislam. Rav Yopalikle Rav Yargis, Rav Mordechai Shem Pi, Rav Moreno Zal, Mordechai Hoeld, heard the Mloki Bel Meod Yom. If you wasn't in the Kabbalah from yesterday, ain't responding to the Machar. Unless it's Taislam, of course, you don't say it in the next Kanashon. They don't move on at the Taislam. That which the Reed says it's no worse than 90 Tainis Chalom is not understood, says Arukh HaShulchan. Like, I'm not looking at me tiny shows. But it's no worse than the tiny shows, which we have not seen yet. Shem Yispal Anenu, Kamoshi's Bora, we do say Anenu, as we shall see. Zesh Madam Tainis Chalom Hachi Brusha. That's what, so what does he mean it's like a Tainis Chalom? Wash Tainis Chalom or Marinade Below Kabbalah Meso, just like Tainis Chalom, you can say Anenu without Kabbalah the previous day. Kamochin, we can't sit here to be Yachid, the individual came and Cheno Kabbalah Bracha. No, since he doesn't say it's a separate Bracha. No, he's just saying Shmaragrin. Lo Kabbalah Kulai came and Cheno Kabbalah. Not so Makbin. Says once he has some sort of Kabbalah, even Kabbalah which doesn't fit into the appropriate parameters, it's, you can say Anenu. Arukh HaShulchan Bel Cloud, without Kabbalah at all. Eshlocho Kol Yoim, just to eat all day, and no klum ve'enu Yispal Anenu. There's nothing he doesn't say Anenu, of course, unless the tiny shows, which we shall see later on. Mishnah says perhaps it's only when with Chadav so with one deficit. It was when Makam Bel Yoim, but he didn't complete it till nightfall. Then you can say Anenu. But if you didn't have mind, if you don't mind to complete it. And you also remember Kabbalah, that's a Tartar rate, so it's two deficits. Past time is really Tanis even for Anenu. In this scenario, says the Mishnah Berurah, you should skip the words tiny, some tiny senu, and you say Anenu Hashem Anenu b'yom zeh. Okay, Chabez Emosai Makabel when you makabel the fast when you do it properly. Filas mincha the day before and filas mincha b'shomet tefillah. In Shemet Tefillah, which we don't do, we usually do Achar Shasim to also come Shakarakov, we usually do an kind of Torah before taking 3 steps backwards. Mishnah says it's preferable that it should be Mincha Katano, not by Mincha Gedolah. Not sure exactly why, but the avid it works even for Mincha Gedolah. Okay. Roy Merari says, I'm times Yoga tomorrow, I'm going to times Yoga tomorrow. You're at social, not me. Tomorrow Shabbos anyway here. Okay. Year at Sasha Tate will see beyond Tana see Kobels. My on the fast day, which should be accepted. If you load see what the people didn't say it verbally, I here Belibo, he only says thought in its heart, Shemkabo Tais the Machar, he's going to Kabbalah tomorrow. Have a Kabbalah. Wow, it's good enough. It's like Truma and making something hektish. The sake begamali, but it's enough to conclude it in your heart. Even though you didn't verbalize it, he said b'shvuos. Like it says b'shvuos. For rak b'shvuah being about the only by shvuah do you have to express it verbally. The davka shihara kain b'tfilas mincha. You have to have this thought during mincha. The kibbo kabok mura belibo, and you have made a full acceptance in your heart. At least I know to be Messiah. I'm looking at Kabbalah Gemara. If it wasn't a full acceptance, he had a mind to fast, without a conclusive mental acceptance. Lav klum was nothing. But that shows the lav dafka b'tilas mincha doesn't necessarily be in mincha. The serak lechatchila is preferable. But if you forgot to say in Shema Kol Yokain Netzor, my Kabbalah calls my Shiyom Mikabel as long as it's still daytime. Bear my Torah fast which begins the following morning, but he's still doing Kabbalah before the night before. I feel achat to mincha is after mincha. The Tov Yosef Kabbalah at Tefillah Kodim Shekaragav. It's better not to drink Shemet Tefillah, but do Shema Kol Yokain Netzor before you move your legs with Tefillah, rather than during the Shema itself. Because you have to see laws in order to not interrupt the Tefillah. Nevertheless, he says you should also think about drinking Shemet Tefillah. We know that Kabbalah believe does not work by Dorim. Come over Shvuah, just like in Shvuah. V'lamani b'tayis b'ashork b'tayis. Yishtom, I should say, we can say the tayis have a kamo kolban. Some of the words you said before, but okay. Tayis have a korban shemakiv chelbo v'dam because you're sacrificing your fats and your blood. Shnechser, which are diminished. They're chalishas and tayis because of the weakness of the tayis. Bir Allah is not sure. Okay, it works until night, till Shkia, but what about up to during Ben Hashmoshes? It seems that he says, in fact, that during Ben Hashmoshes would good, in fact, work. But he's inclined to say that it works during Ben Hashmoshes. That Kabbalah is effective. Chav Gimel Kabbalas and Tanya Shebashas Mincha. The exciting time is time Mincha Moel. I feel Shemafsik Ba'achila. It doesn't matter. You're going to eat afterwards. Sharei Alecha B'Shas Kolai, because anyway you're going to eat drink the whole night. Chay Moel I feel Kamel. I can work several days in advance. So she accept on Sunday by Mincha. She signed B'Yom Sheni B'Yom Shlishi B'Arvi Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Have a Kabbalah. It's for 3 days. I'll be Shochel B'Shas B'Nem. Even though you're going to eat and drink at night between them. Ve'intzah Kabbalah Aches. You don't need a separate Kabbalah. Ve'intzah Kabbalah Kol Echad. Mincha Shvav. You don't need to accept each one in Mincha prior. The type of Kabbalah is Mincha Shkabbalah B'Yom Rishon Kol Yom. Itself the Kabbalah is Kabbalah on Sunday for all the subsequent days. I feel on Mashim Kabbalah of Shnei Yom in Mitzufin. Even he said by himself 2 consecutive days, and a Kavanah of Mitzufin blew hefsek. It doesn't mean 2 consecutive days with no interruption. Achil b'lai b'nei to eat at night between them. Al Kavanah Shisana l'mochar alayla. What it means if he says 2 consecutive days, he's going to fast tomorrow till nightfall. V'gam b'yom shachar also the following day till nightfall. And again, piresh behedya was he specified explicitly. The Kavaso to Mamashi means literally consecutive, but blood segwells without interruption night. Yeah, I need by Mincha and Chil ben Misana, Rock Beon below Belila, Bank Shem Mafsi Bachil Bleos. It doesn't make a difference for Anenu whether you fast continuously or not. Chavdal, Bezeshu Shek Yomim, Shemakavatanisim Matsufim. That's if the days that she skips the fast are continuous. Avin Kiba of Yomim She'en Matsufim, except days which are not continuous. Going to give a little bit of Samichel, his house, Arba Chamish Yomim Mifuzorim. Except by Mincha down 4 or 5 scattered days. Moshe v'chamishi b'shnayim shlosh v'chavos chesed. Like a Mondays and Thursday over 2 or 3 weeks. Yesh mishtim stopping. There's those who are not certain. Isagi v'kabel achas l'kula kulam. If one kabel works for all them, imtzor kabel kol echad echad. You kabel of each one. Miunago am kabel and kabel achas v'sali b'achid the minek. As to Mirkab all of them at once, and that suffices. Chen das mixas arvas, and some go him other way. And so I mean, Shalono batanesi bahab. That's our minute for people past and fast and bahab. Shukal b'Shabbos akol shloshon. They come Shabbos all 3 days. I'm concerned that they're scattered. Achmizen raya, but that might not be evidence. The zelka kabbalah tzibur, because that's kabbalah tzibur, which is more effective. The raya sharei insar kabbalah mincha kodem is because time to on base. The raya that simmons because you don't need kabbalah ben mincha prior to Tainis Bahab. Hey, when kibbutz of lisan shteimin with sufim mamish, you accept by yourself to fast 2 days continuously, literally. Imalash with the night between them. The cholash liba avachal b'layah shibleinim, but you got your heart got weak and 8 in the night between them. Ibi tainisa, you lost your tainis. Veim salanenu, can't say an on the second day. You have to make up 2 different days. So he accepted myself to fast many days with nights interrupting. Every night he'll eat. He fasted several days. Then he didn't fast one day. So when he fasts subsequent days, he says every day of them, every day is its own kindness. That's accepted for several days. We accept that's fast only for 1 day. So you said kindness tomorrow. You said any fasted. But the night after the fast, he changed his mind, decided to fast the subsequent day. I feel and if he went overnight without eating, continues fast into the next day. The second day is not kindness. Though it's following after the first day, there's no substance in the second day. I feel kilo b'layla shniya, and even accepts the second night at night already. Ain't no klum, it's nothing. Garumi time shows worse than a fast of hours, which we haven't seen yet. She keep him kolum shows which step before the hours. The kain time is sholim. Sholem, so the time is on a full day. Tzarich laskil kolum ayom. We have to begin before the day. Mekom kol melch ispal anenu. We have to begin. So you have to. I guess he means 24-hour fast. You have to start before the day begins. You can say nails upon him. Havik time shows. No, that's not what he means. Because you have a substitute for chafalv. The kibbutz come she is chil sos b'yom hasheni. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what's the issues. Mr. says some Achronim argue and hold that where you had in mind to fast a full day, you don't have a concept of tiny shows. I'm not sure the scenario is. Let's read it again, but I'm not sure what it means. B'chein tiny show yom sholem, a tiny of a full day. Tzarech la'aschil, you have to start kodem hayoim. You come yochel yispal anenu gedam anenu nevertheless. I guess if you didn't start before the day began, we have a Ketanya shows because it could be just like Ketanya shows. Of course, I'm Sif Chaf Aleph. Takibul Kodim Shis because you accepted before you began to fast the second day. You didn't have time to Yom, even though it's not time of the fast full day. Come look around Ketanya shows, no worse than shows. I'm really not sure what he's talking about. Okay, but maybe you do. So therefore, you will so drop me a line and let me know. Get to again. Zion. Next one. Okay? Zion. If it's called Gemara Paskins. Hilchasad Mesana shows how you fast for hours. Here we up to. So I don't feel tinnitus, you haven't feel tinnitus. We shall look down, call them cool as long as you didn't taste the whole day. Briadvar, meaning to say. Kagon Shaya Torba Saka Chatzab you got wrapped up in your dealings or your objects. You need till noon. Tisha short till 9 hours a day. You decide to fast many days, many hours a day. Some shows you can fast those hours. Spal and daven and English. Or keep a lot of ties. Couldn't show some tightness because you accepted the ties before the day hours of ties began. Below Dime Chomesh bar, it's not like everything we should explain. The Loki will feel mincha at times you run Makabo mincha in the middle of the day before it's not ties. I feel keep alive except at night. Chigaraka Kabbalah Balayla mi Kabbalah Mochar Chatzos. You might because you might ask maybe how could it be worse Kabbalah at night from Kabbalah the next day after Chatzos? The Vadegora, certainly worse. Should go mean tinies, every type of tinies you have to accept it before it's time. Shechol tinies should be effective. Clean with some sounds calling if he wants to fast the entire day, so a couple of tinies couldn't shechol mess to accept tinies before the day begins. The and the chales of the day is from the begins at night. Vapi shochel b'layim are going to eat on eat at night. Come nevertheless came the tinies, the next tinies yoim, since this tinies is called a tinus that day, and the day follows the night. That's what you have to forget for except before nightfall. The tinus shows fast an hour so has shows say before the hours of tinus commence. Shows so if we have mind to fast so many hours, keep him and Kodem shows except that before those hours have a sharper Kabbalah. It's effective. There has to be some reason, and that because you're not to eat before that, if not, because the tinus how could be called tinus, you're not fasting day before it. One time in my life I did a tinus shows. And a fateful day when I went when I was my third year in Shalvim, I went to some Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, whether I could stay in Eretz Yisrael to learn, or I had to go back to Baltimore and also go to college, which is a story for some other time, unless I told you already. So then, after I got from Shlomo Zalman telling me to go back to Baltimore, it turns out that I had not eaten that day for some reason, and it was obviously a very, even I sensed it was a very critical day in the life of Beckhofer. And so it was Kabbalah Tiny shows for the rest of the day, and I said Anenu by Mincha that day.